she was doing. Not to mention she could make it over the gallows, a Class 5 on the Colorado River with a 20-foot drop, as well as any of the guys. And for her, there was no payback better than the wide-eyed thrill and the yelps of exhilaration from a family being shot out of cartwheel with its 180-degree spin, to remind her of how much happier she was out here than back east behind a desk somewhere. In her skin-hugging neoprene vest and Oakley shades, her sun-streaked curly blonde hair up in a scrunchie, her blue eyes focused on the river up ahead, every day was a reminder that, for the time being at least, she'd made the right choice. That morning, she was handling the early morning run. Out at 8, back by noon. It was one of those picture-perfect Colorado days. The sky blue, the scent of aspens filling your nostrils, whitewater biting at you from the late spring runoff. Megan and Harlan, 9 and 11, were up in front with their parents right behind them. Dani didn't want to scare them, though navigating the falls, pushing around 2,000 cubic feet per second, did require a bit of technique. Everyone was laughing, pitching in paddling, enjoying the ride. Her job was to give them the time of their lives. As they made their way around Jake's Bend, for the first time they could see the froth from entrance exam rising into the air. That's when you knew you didn't come here for a nature ride. "Look!" Harlan was the first to point up ahead. "I don't know," Dani said teasingly. "Those exams are looking a little angry this morning. I hope everyone studied up." It was a bit of a performance, of course, to build the tension. The real trick was not letting them realize that. She always loved catching those first looks of anxiousness on everyone's faces about what lay ahead. "We may lose a few of you over the side," she said. "So remember what I said if you end up going in. Feet first, and not to struggle against the current. And if they got trapped in an eddy, to just relax, not fight it, and sooner or later it would pop you back out." Dani had to tell them all that, like a flight attendant pointing out the exits on a plane. But in 3 years of guiding, she hadn't had an incident yet. "You people on the left, I'm gonna need a little help today, okay? I need you to paddle like crazy as soon as I give the word. Otherwise, we won't make it through. You all up for that?" They all took hold of their paddles and responded with nods of determination. "We are." "Good," Dani said, maneuvering the raft on the left side of the rapids. "So what about us?" Steve, the retired salesman from Atlanta who was on the right, asked, with some disappointment. "Okay, you guys on the right? I didn't mean to leave you out." Dani held back, timing it perfectly as they reared, about to go over the first big dip. "All you have to do is just hold on for your lives." The froth kicked up, and the raft plunged about 5 feet as she traversed through the tricky S-curve at the top of entrance exam, a chute of 3 interlocking, swirling rapids. The large raft careened against a rock. Everyone screamed as they were thrown up and down out of their positions. "Okay, left side." "Get ready," Dani warned. "We're gonna take on some big-time water in a second." The raft kicked sideways, bouncing up out of a hole like a rubber bath toy in a tub. "Now paddle, everyone! Paddle!" They lurched forward, 9 paddles propelling them down the chute, icy water spilling in from all sides. Everyone on the left side worked feverishly, letting out screams and whoops. Dani guided the raft around, and they spun through the last part virtually sideways. A huge "whoa" sounded as they dropped down another 4-foot dip, and then bounced out as if ejected by a slingshot, water cascading everywhere. "All right," Dani hollered. Everyone was screaming and drenched.